Hey ladies, it's me. I am just doing a quick little update just to kind of let you know what's happened since we found our donor. We did tell our donor egg coordinator that we were going to go ahead and choose her and move forward with our donor egg cycle. So we didn't hear anything back, and so I called, and then there was the holiday weekend, and finally got a hold of the coordinator on Tuesday, because I was then starting to think, oh my god, what if she changes her mind? What if she decide, we pick her and she's like, I don't want to do it. So I talked to her on Tuesday, and she said no, she's absolutely excited moving forward. She ended up going in last Friday and doing her blood work. So she's got all of that done, and she's as excited as we are, which is fantastic. So today, my sweet husband and I went to our psychoeducational meeting, which is required by our clinic, not an FDA requirement or anything, required by our clinic to go and meet with a fertility counselor. So that she can just kind of gauge where we're at. It's not a psycho evaluation or anything, but they like to cover all their bases, make sure we're as fit mentally and emotionally for this process. So, and just talking about strategies for telling our family and telling our future children about how they came about. So she had this really great guide. And it's like broken up to like 0 to 3 years old, 3 to 7, and then like teenage years, about how to talk to your children about being a child from an egg donor. So that's out of London, and so when I have that information in front of me, which I should have gotten and had in front of me for you, I will post it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll post it below, the information on how to find those guides. I thought they were really cool, and it's always good to have more information than not enough. So, one other really important thing that I feel like we learned today was we don't have to tell our family right now. Like, there's nothing saying that we have to tell everybody right away that we're having a baby through donor egg. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, but it makes sense. I mean, nobody has to know until we start to tell our child, and we're not going to tell our child until they're, when do you start reading them books? Like 1, 2 years old. So anyway, it will be a good opportunity to just kind of let our family love our child before we tell them how these children came about. And not that we think they're going to care. It's more, for me, emotionally, it's very difficult to tell people. I've only told 2 people that I can't have a child with my own eggs anymore, and that I'm going to have to buy or do donor eggs, buy a baby, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, that is a revelation for us. Like, we don't have to tell them, which is great, because I don't want to, the thing is, I don't think I can handle it emotionally without bawling. I mean, she asked me how I felt about, and where I was at in the grieving process for this, being that I'm going to have to use donor eggs, and I started bawling. And then once I pulled it together, she turns to my husband and says, well, how do you feel about all this? And he couldn't even talk. He started bawling. So I think if we were like separate, it would have been better, but like I was emotional and crying, and then I look at him and he's just like crying too. I mean, it's very emotional, and there definitely is a grieving process that goes along with giving up the idea of having a child with your own eggs and your own bio identity. Not being able to, I mean, I love my husband and wanting to see what we could create together as a child with his DNA, my DNA, baby. But the end result is we want to be parents. So this is what we have to do to get that dream to come true. And both of us are, full steam ahead, ready to do this. So that is kind of where we stand. And next up, okay, so I'm on the birth control pill now. I will stop, my last pill will be this Saturday, and then next week I'll start my period. When I start my period, then I will start my mock cycle, and I have my estrogen for that, and I will do estrogen twice a week for I think 2 weeks, I think sounds about right. And then I'll start the, oh my gosh, the other thing, estrogen, I forgot what it's called. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. Anyway, so I will definitely blog throughout that process. We've never had to do intramuscular shots because we've never, in our journey, gotten to the point where in any of the 3 IVF cycles that we did, we never got to the point where we went to egg retrieval. So I've never had an intramuscular shot. So this will be quite interesting. And any advice that you all can bestow upon me for what is to come in the next couple of, probably in the next week, I would love your advice. The nurse said to put ice on it, numb it up, and then go. So anyway, that's it. That's where we stand. So it's pretty exciting. Likely by the end of September, I will have both my intrauterine saline sonogram that will tell us if there's any polyps in there, and hopefully there's not. And then at the end of the month, after 10 days of crenone, that's the drug, crenone. After 10 days of the crenone, they will do a uterine biopsy. So they'll just go in, take a little snip of the tissue from the uterus, and just see if I created the perfect lining for this new embryo. And then, of course, we won't do anything. We will just let my period come, and then once my period comes, we will sync my cycle to our donor cycle and get the ball rolling. So I'm thinking October, late October, early November, we will be green light for sure and doing this IVF cycle with our donor. So I'm super, super excited, and I can't wait to share the journey with you guys, and I'm trying to remain super positive about the whole thing, that this is going to be our time. So hopefully it is, and that's it. That's it for now. Everything seems to be falling in place, and we're very excited to be moving forward. Thanks so much for watching. Baby dust to all of you, and any questions or comments about my journey, please feel free to post them below. I'm happy to share with you what I'm going through. I've noticed that I've been searching on YouTube, and I cannot find anybody else doing a donor egg blog who's actually the recipient of a donor egg. And then there are very few people doing blogs about their donor experience too, which I thought was very interesting. You can find a lot about IVF, but not a lot about donor eggs. So if anybody knows of any other donor egg blogs, let me know that too. I'd love to follow their YouTube videos as well, just because it's nice to have the support of you ladies. Even if you're a little ghost people out on the YouTube, I appreciate you all. So thank you so much, and I will make another video next week when we start our estrogen. Bye.